Alright, so I guess this is as good as time as any to start. Because I'm all alone. I'm playing Doki Doki. And the game is supposed to be messed up, but we are good to go. So, let's see. We are going to be JRG for Just Right Gaming. Yeah. Alrighty, so this is kind of an atypical dating sim game. So there is a warning at the beginning, and sorry if I'm skipping through all of this, it's really generic, just we're best friends since childhood, sort of a thing. Anyway, this is a dating sim game where everything is kind of messed up. So there's a disclaimer at the beginning, and it's not for any nudity or anything like that, like you would normally get from a dating sim game. Instead, it's for, like, psychological things, and at the beginning there's also another disclaimer, like if you have certain mental illnesses, maybe you should consider not playing this game. Like, I don't know how crazy this game gets. I don't know. I've heard people say that this F's them up. So, and just to let people know, right now she's just saying, please join our literature club. This is all just backstory. And I do kind of want to skip through it so I can get to some of the better stuff. And this is kind of just a prologue dump, I guess is the best way to call it. So, also, I haven't played this before. I have seen the first two streams of GT Live play it, however. They haven't really gotten to anything yet, so I am determined to get somewhere. Alright, and I think this is a good place for me to jump in and actually start reading all of the dialogue now that we're gonna meet all the girls. Alright. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, JRG, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in the situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Humph. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made Cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can't just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that... Oh, yeah. I'm gonna mess that up so often. I'm just gonna keep in character when it's actually, like, the narrator. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with the people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, JRG. Monika smiles. Oh, see, I did it again. Monika smiles sweetly. We don't know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in school. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely seems a little... You too, Monika. Come sit down, JRG. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I get them. Oh, I'll get them. Sorry, I get too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? What? Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking at the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Like I made them for you or anything. Eh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said. Well, maybe. Not for you, you know. You dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set. Oh, pfft. I'm so bad at this. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess so. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Well, make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget, publicity, and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling my dream. Or I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. I'm pretty sure all these voices are just meshing together. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! Well, we'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they are all so delighted by the idea of having a new member joining. No, though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, JRG, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half jokingly. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. So real horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looks like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give it back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. So Yuri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share some of them? Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to the readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems! We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now we have a new member. I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, JRG? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on. There's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth and say what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought. JRG! You all... I'm defenseless against these girls! How am I supposed to make clear-headed decisions when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Aw, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. JRG, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, JRG, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I would never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the 2 of us depart the club room and make our way home. Alright, and I think with that, we're going to end this video here, and I will see everyone next time for the next installment of Doki Doki Literature Club. We're going to write our poem. We're going to talk to some girls. We're going to figure out what girl maybe we're going after. I'm still not even sure if that's a thing yet. But I will see you all next time, and thank you for watching. Goodbye!